Hey, world furniture manufacturing capital, Foshan. Explore over 20,000 furniture factories in Foshan. Foshan has over 40,000 factories in total, with Longjiang Town, Jiujiang Town, and Lecong Town collectively accounting for 50% of the total. Export-oriented factories make up 12% of the total. Focus on exploring Longjiang Town, Jiujiang Town, and Lecong Town. Focus on sales in Longjiang Town, Jiujiang Town, and Lelazong Town. Manufacturing in Longjiang Town and Jiujiang Town. From wholesale to manufacturing from town to town. Presentation methods include maps, coordinate distribution, regional distribution, export share, proportion of R&D-focused factories, ISO certification, and on-site inspections. Let's look at this mind map. This mouse, it's a mighty river. It serves as the boundary between Lecong Town and Longjiang Town. The area below is Lecong Town, and the area above is Longjiang Town. Then we see these two black key markers indicating Lecong Town. The blue one is also Lecong Town. This green area is also part of the Lecong Town district. The red area here indicates the key landmark map for the Longjiang Town region. The yellow ones too. The red ones too. Then we'll show you using map navigation. Let's look at this map. The navigation map corresponding to the one above. Let's look at the mouse. This mouse, this great river as the dividing line. Below is Lecong Town. Above is Longjiang Town. The boundary of the great river here is called Jiujiang Town. Let's take a closer look at the more detailed factory distribution. We can see that this area has a large number of factories scattered throughout. This area also has many factories scattered throughout. This area also has many factories scattered throughout. This area is home to numerous factories. There are also factories located here. Due to the excessive amount of distribution data for these factories, which may interfere with the subsequent explanation, I will temporarily disable this feature. All right, let's get started, beginning with the key wholesale markets in Lecong Town. Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Furniture factory. 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 The Beiwei area has approximately 600 factories. Export-oriented factories account for 3% of the total. ISO-certified factories represent 0.39% of the total. Research and development-oriented factories account for 2%. Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Wholesale of timber. 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 Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. The Dazha area has approximately 560 factories. Export-oriented factories account for 6%. ISO-certified factories account for 0.8%. R&D-focused factories account for 2%. Okay, we're here in the Jiujiang Town area. Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Leather wholesale. 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 Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Furniture factory. 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 Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Furniture factory. 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 The Shatou area has approximately 2,000 factories, with export-oriented factories accounting for 13% and ISO-certified factories making up 5.5%. Research and development facilities account for 7%. Let's take a closer look at this particular area. The Forward International Furniture Exhibition in Longjiang Town covers a total exhibition area of 225,000 square meters, attracting over 500,000 global visitors. It is not the exhibition time now, and there are no people here. Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Furniture factory. 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 The Xiantao area has approximately 850 factories, with export-oriented factories accounting for 9% and ISO-certified factories making up 3.6%. Research and development-oriented factories account for 5%. Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. The Xinhua area has approximately 800 factories, with export-oriented factories accounting for 10% and ISO-certified factories accounting for 2%. Research and development-oriented factories account for 4%. Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Furniture factory. 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 The Shibu area has approximately 610 factories, with export-oriented factories accounting for 8% and ISO-certified factories representing 1.6%. Research and development-oriented factories account for 3.5%. Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. Furniture factory. The Shafu region has approximately 580 factories, with export-oriented factories accounting for 8% and ISO-certified factories accounting for 1.7%. Research and development-oriented factories account for 5%. Let's take a closer look at this particular area. Furniture factory. 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 This large area is entirely occupied by furniture factories. The Wanggang Area has approximately 1,000 factories, with export-oriented factories accounting for 12% and ISO-certified factories making up 14%. Research and development-oriented factories account for 6%. We open the map showing the distribution of factories. We found that most of the factories are located in the Longjiang Town area above. In this part of the Jiujiang Town area, this area called Wanggang is quite compact. Let's take a look at this factory. A manufacturer specializing in American-style luxury furniture. You can choose either block or oak wood. The showroom spans 1,000 square meters on one floor with moderately priced options. Let's take a look at this factory. Primarily manufactures soft beds, mattresses, modern upholstered furniture, and high-end European-style furniture. The exhibition hall is integrated with the factory, featuring a 4-story, 8,000 square meter exhibition space. Prices are predominantly in the mid to high range. one of the long-established local companies with relatively good quality. Let's take a look at this factory. Primarily manufactures high-end custom furniture, including some reproduction pieces and custom-shaped sofas. Manufacturer of Italian minimalist design. A 3,000 square meter factory showroom. Priced at a mid to high level. Let's take a look at this factory. Primarily manufactures functional sofas. The showroom is integrated with the factory. A 1,500 square meter exhibition hall on the first floor. Moderately priced. Let's take a look at this factory. A premier manufacturer specializing in luxury stone dining tables, tea tables, and island counters. A 3,000 square meter factory showroom. Moderately priced. Due to the large number of factory visit videos and video production constraints. That's all for now. If you need help, feel free to contact me.